Hello everyone. How are you today? I'm fine and I hope you feel the same. I'm teacher Tatjana Јовановić and I'm going to be your help during today's English lesson. Welcome to our classroom. How about starting our lesson with a game? Do you like games? I'm sure you do. Let's start. The name of our game is Guess the Person. You will hear 6 sentences, and after each sentence, you can try to guess who our mysterious person is. So don't hesitate to do that, and you will have a little help. Let's play. Sentence number 1. Nobody knows if he was a real person or an invented one. Sentence number 2. He lived in a forest with a group of outlaws. Sentence number 3. He was wearing green clothes and a hat with a green feather. For some of you, the third trial can be a lucky one. And now a little help comes. Yes, you can see a picture of our mysterious person, but it's not so clear, on purpose, of course. Now we are halfway. Sentence number 4. He took money from the rich and gave it to people who needed it. Sentence number 5. The sheriff of Nottingham was his enemy. And the last sentence, he was trying to catch him, but never succeeded. And our mysterious person is, you are right, Robin Hood. Great work. We can use the text about Robin Hood to revise the tense that you have learned in the previous lessons. Can you find the verbs in sentences 1, 2, and 4? Let's check. The verb in sentence 1 is was. In sentence 2, it is lived, and in sentence 4, you've got took, gave, and needed. Do you remember what is the name of this tense? You are right, the past simple. Let's revise some facts about the past simple. Look at the sentence. Dragan made a delicious steak last night. What can we conclude? We can use the past simple for an action that happened at a definite time in the past. In this sentence, this is a short, quickly finished action, and time expressions that we can use are yesterday, everything that begins with last, like last week, month, and so on, everything that finishes with ago, like 10 hours ago, 10 days ago, 10 weeks ago, or we can use a year in the past, like in this example, in 2010. But look at the following example. If I say, I spent all my childhood in Vladičin Han, and for those who don't know, Vladičin Han is a small place in the south of Serbia. Is it a short, quickly finished action? No, it isn't. So we can conclude that we can use the past simple for longer situations that happened at a definite time in the past, and time expressions are the same. Where else can we use the past simple? If I say, regularly, every summer my family went to Greece. And this summer we went to Oblačina Lake. Oblačina Lake is a lake near Niš. What can we conclude? Yes, we use the past simple for past habits. In this case, we can use adverbs of frequency like always, usually, often, regularly, and so on. And we can also use the past simple in the following situation. Look at the example. What did she do yesterday morning? She did her homework and then met her friends at the swimming pool. And we use the past simple for actions that happened immediately, one after another, in the past. Now, I would like to go once again to our text about Robin Hood. Look at the sentences number 3 and 6. Can you find the verbs? You are right. Was wearing and was drying. This is the structure that you were talking about during your last lesson. What is the name of the tense? You are right. The past continuous. Let's revise where to use it. We use the past continuous to say that something was going on around a particular past time. We do not know when the action started or finished. If I ask a question, what were you doing at 8 o'clock yesterday evening? The possible answer can be, I was reading about the Industrial Revolution in England for my history test. What does it mean? It means that the student started reading before 8 and he or she continued doing it after 8 o'clock. Another use of the past continuous is to stress an activity that was in progress at every moment during a period of time. Like in the sentence, I was painting the house all day yesterday. The time expressions that we can use are all day, all night, all morning, at 10 o'clock yesterday morning, at 10 o'clock yesterday night, and so on. Where else can we use the past continuous? Well, we can use it for 2 or more actions which were happening at the same time in the past. Like in the sentence, Milena was reading a book while Stasha was drawing. The same sentence can be said in another way. While Milena was reading a book, Stasha was drawing. If we use while at the beginning of the first sentence, don't forget to put a comma after the first sentence. Let's look at the next example. While I was walking down the street, I saw my sister Anita. We've got 2 verbs. The verb in the first sentence is in the past continuous, and the verb in the second sentence is in the past simple. What does it mean? Well, it means that we can use the past continuous for a past action which was in progress when another action interrupted it. The past continuous usually describes the background of the scene and the past simple reports the event. The two sentences are joined with when and while. When and while can be put in front of the past continuous, and we usually use while only in front of the past continuous tense. So we can say, when she was reading, the phone rang, or while she was reading, the phone rang. But we can only say she was reading when the phone rang. Let's talk about the difference between the past simple and the past continuous. Can you see a difference in the meaning of these two sentences? When the guests arrived, Jana was cooking dinner, and the second one is, when the guests arrived, Jana cooked dinner. Let's start with sentence number 1. Jana was cooking dinner before the guests arrived. How do we know that? Because was cooking is used. In the second one, the guests arrived first, and then Jana cooked dinner. Now, let's check the understanding of the past simple or the past continuous. Your task is to put the verbs in brackets into the past simple or the past continuous. Read the sentences, look at the pictures, and we will check it together. So let's check. I called you last night, but you didn't answer the phone. Past simple tense. And the answer is, sorry, I was having a dinner when the phone rang. Past simple and past continuous. Dialogue number 2. Let's check. Did you enjoy your trip to Niš? Yes, it was very interesting. We visited all the famous sites. I was taking photos of the skull tower while the tour guide was telling us the story of the Battle of Chegar, Commander Stevan Sinjelic, and brave soldiers. If you haven't visited the skull tower, next time you come to Niš, plan to visit it. It's in the center of Niš, so you don't need to organize yourselves a lot. And the dialogue number 3. Yesterday morning, I got up, went swimming, had shower before 8 o'clock. Past simple tense. All the actions went immediately one after the other. And someone answers, wow, I was sleeping at 8 o'clock. I suppose that you have heard questions like, have you finished the exercise? Or have you written your homework? Or have you read the book for your reading assignment? Yes, you have. This is the new structure for you, and the name of it is the present perfect. So, prepare your notebooks, pencils, pens, crayons, and mobile phones. During this lesson, we are going to learn how to form it and how to use it. Let's start. Let's start with affirmative sentences. On the first place, we put subject. Then comes have or has. Has is used only for the third person singular, he, she, or it. After that comes the main verb plus ed or past participle. If the verb is regular, then we just put ed or d on the infinitive. And if it is irregular, we are going to take the form from the third column from the list of irregular verbs. Like in the example, the train has just arrived. Let's see how does it look like in a table. I have played football. You have played football. He, she, or it has played football. We have played football, and they have played football. I hope that you have repeated after me. But we can say it in short form. I've played football. Repeat after me. You've played football. He's or she's or it's played football. We've played football. They've played football. Let's see how to make negative sentences now. On the first place, we put subject again, then have or has plus not plus main verb with ed or past participle. Like in the sentence, the train has not arrived. Let's see how does it look like in a table. Don't forget to repeat after me. I have not played football. You have not played football. He, she, or it has not played football. We have not played football. They have not played football. But we've also got short forms. I haven't played football. You haven't played football. He or she or it hasn't played football. We haven't played football. They haven't played football. Now, let's learn how to form questions. On the first place, we put have or has. After that comes the subject and main verb with ed or, if it is irregular, past participle. Have you read a book? Let's go through a table. Don't forget to repeat. Have I played football? Have you played football? Has she, he, it played football? Have we played football? And have they played football? Now, let's talk about the usage of the present perfect tense. We can use the present perfect to say that something in the past is connected with the present in some way. We can often change the present perfect sentence into a present simple sentence with the same meaning. Like in the example, I can't go on a holiday because I have broken my leg. What does it mean? That my leg is broken now, and the only thing that I can do is to sit in my living room and watch TV. If we say that something has happened, we are thinking about the past and the present at the same time. Like in the sentence, he has read My Family Right or Wrong by Ephraim Kishon. What does it mean? That he can talk about the book now. So, we've got a finished action, but the results are present at the time we are talking about. We do not use the present perfect if we are not thinking about the present. Let's compare. If I say, we've learned enough to pass the exam, it means that the exam is still to come. And if I say, we learned enough to pass the exam, then the exam is over. Where else can we use the present perfect? We can use it for past events when we are thinking of a period of time continuing up to the present. We can use indefinite time adverbs like ever, never, yet, already, before, this year, month, and so on. Look at the example. Have you ever been to Paris? Šta to znači? Nekoga interesuje da li smo ikada do trenutka kada o tome pričamo bili u Parizu. The possible answer can be I've never been to Paris. We have talked about time adverbs ever and never in our previous examples, and now let's talk about the other time adverbs that can be used in the present perfect. Look at the dialogue. Has Bill come home yet? Yes, and he's already started to make dinner. Or, yes, and he's just started to make dinner. The possible answer can be, oh, I haven't finished my homework yet. I must hurry if I want to be on time for dinner. So what can we conclude? If we are talking about yet, then it can be used only in negative sentences and in questions, and the meaning is different. Has Bill come home yet? Da li se Bill već vratio kući? And I haven't finished my homework yet. Ja još uvek nisam završila svoj domaći zadatak. Značenje se razlikuje ukoliko ga koristimo u pitanju u odnosu na odrečnu rečenicu. Što se tiče already, just, ever and never, njih možete da koristite isključivo između pomoćnog i glavnog glagola. Dok ostale priloške odredbe za vreme, kao što su recently, before, sve što počinje sa this, može da stoji zajedno sa yet isključivo na kraju rečenice. I'm sure we've met him this morning. Or I'm sure we've met him recently or before. Whatever you want. It's optional. If you use this, like in the sentence I'm sure we've met him this morning, u tom slučaju koristimo present perfect tense zato što se vremenski okvir u okviru koga pominjemo samu aktivnost još uvek nije završio, što znači da se jutro koje pominjemo još uvek nije završilo. Let's see, where else can we use the present perfect? Well, we can use it to talk about actions, states, and situations which started in the past and still continue. Like, I've studied hard for years. Or, I've known him since 2010. Or, my mom has worked here for 15 years. Or, we've lived in Niš since 1975. Interesantno je da ove rečenice prevodimo našim prezentom. Na primer, we've lived in Niš since 1975. Mi živimo u Nišu od 1975. Primećujete for and since, da vidimo koja je razlika u njihovoj upotrebi. We use since when we mention the beginning of the period. For example, Friday, December, and so on. So, we use since plus the starting point. I've known him since 1980. We use for when we mention the length of the period. For example, 2 days, 6 years, and so on. So, to conclude, for plus period of time, like in the sentence, I have known him for a long time. And now, let's practice a little. Look at the sentences and complete them. You can take a photo also. Let's check. Have you ever visited London? Yes, I have been there twice. Sentence number 2. Mia has left for her trip around Africa. Yes, she has just arrived in Cairo. Here you have got one irregular verb, leave, and one regular, arrive. Sentence number 3. Have you saved any money for your holiday? Sure, I have already put aside £300. And dialogue number 4. Has anyone seen Kate? She has gone to the library. Da pogledamo dijalog 1 i 4. Razlika između upotrebe glagola be i go u present perfect tense je sledeća. Ukoliko kažemo yes, I have been there twice, to znači da smo bili u Londonu 2 puta i vratili se kući. Ukoliko kažemo she has gone to the library, kao u primjeru 4, to znači da je Kate otišla u biblioteku i da se još uvek nije vratila. Let's go to exercise number 2. Choose the correct time expressions. We can check it now. Vicky has worked on this project since recently or for May. What is the right answer? That's right. Vicky has worked on this project since May. Has Martin ever, never, or yet traveled abroad? The right answer is ever. Has Martin ever traveled abroad? Laura has lived in Belgrade since 4 or yet 2 years. The right answer is 4. Laura has lived in Belgrade for 2 years. I have already booked my holiday for next year. And the right answer for sentence number 5 is never. Amy has never visited a foreign country. And our third exercise is to choose the correct item. Here you will have to choose between the past simple and the present perfect. My granny got or has got married in the 1970s. S obzirom da ovdje imamo određenu godinu, tako je, iskoristit ćemo oblik got, odnosno the past simple. My granny got married in the 1970s. Let's see. Yes. The right answer is we have traveled to 3 foreign countries so far. Nemamo određeni vremenski period kada se radnja završila i zato koristimo the present perfect. Last month, Mia bought a new bike. The past simple because we've got time adverb last month. Stefan hasn't played football since last week. Since last week, that's right, the present perfect. And the last one, who put my shoes outside last night? They are really wet. That's right, the past simple because we've got a definite time adverb last night. This is all that is planned for this lesson. For your homework, I would like just to suggest you to organize your notes. Thank you for watching and bye for now.